Hello everybody. This is a short video on how to do the gradebook. So the expectations for the gradebook. I sound a little funny because I'm in the process of getting an implant for my right front tooth, and while I'm home and alone and no one has to see my face, my temporary is out. So get all the chuckles that you want, and of course you will earn them after this video. All right, so gradebook. When you go out to QuickSchools, if you don't have, once you get out there, you'll go to the home screen. This is what it'll look like. Hit Gradebook. So the first thing you need to do is make sure you're in the right semester. And this is you. Not you can navigate away from it. And if you're teaching more than one course, make sure you scroll down. If you're only one course, it's going to show up with your name. So in report cards, your students will all be loaded. Right now they're not, because in QuickSchools, as long as they're an active student, we have to pay for them on a monthly basis. So while they're inactive, they don't show. But I've loaded one student in here so you can see how this works. So our grading scale is over here, and it's all based on P is proficient, D is developing, and E is emerging. And those are defined, and we'll get you spun up on what those definitions are. But they're going to be receiving, of course, the expectation is that they will all receive a final grade. And the numeric value is just placed here. And if it's a P or D or whatever, it just needs to fall somewhere between these numbers. So if it's a D, if he's developing, then 80 obviously, but if I were to change that to emerging and somewhere in there, 60, then it's going to change to E automatically. Okay, so I'll change this back. When you go into this box, you're going to see this little box here, and you can always add comments, and we encourage you to do so. But the end of grade, the final grade is going to be in a different video called Summary of Performance. So you don't necessarily need to add comments here. Where you will add comments, and the reason for this video is to show you the course objectives. So there is the expectation that as students progress through the course, you will need to address how they're performing in course objectives. And in the information within the curriculum, the course objectives are listed, and those will also be addressed in the summary of performance. But what you do is add a column, and for each course objective that the students progress through the course, they will need to be addressed, and that's going to vary depending on the course. But here's where you will list the course objective. And I've got the category defaulted to course objective feedback. If you just wanted to give them coaching, you can do that. You can choose coaching and whatever subject you want to, attitude, whatever you want to name it, you can just do the coaching. And these are not going to be averaged into the grade, so you don't have to worry about that. So we're going to go back to course and course objective feedback. So this is course objective name, course objective feedback, and then you add it. And so each course objective, as the students progress through their course, will be addressed here. So, and of course you're going to be assigning from the legend here whether they've achieved proficiency, they're developing, or they're emerging within that course objective. And so if they're proficient, you'll assign that grade, if you will. But then this needs to have comments. So you're going to click that box. Now, public comments, it says visible for student and parents, but parents do not have access to QuickSchools, and we're not going to give them access. So that will be visible to the student and the teacher. So, it's important that the students see that feedback, right? So, obviously make that visible for the student. But you can also make private comments that will be visible for the teachers only. That's any other teacher can get in there to see those. Okay. Now the comments need to address two things. They need to address the skill development and progression. So whether it's one sentence or two or three or four, whatever, we need these comments for each course objective to address skill development and progression in whichever way and however you'd like to make those comments. Okay, so you save comments after you're done, and you can then scroll over the text box and you'll see the comments appear. Okay, so it's pretty handy. So that is the expectation of the grade book, the final grade, and the course objective feedbacks. Okay, and then again, we talked about the coaching as well. If you want to add a column just to do some regular coaching, you can certainly do that. Okay, so that is it for this video about the gradebook expectations. It's handy, I can delete that. Oh, one other thing, if you ever need help in QuickBooks, I can certainly offer my limited expertise, or you can go down to live support. And these guys it's ridiculously, insanely open to their availability is crazy. So I guess that's what I was trying to say. Monday through Friday, they're there till midnight. On Saturdays, they're there till like 9 p.m. You just start typing your question here and they come on, and you'll most likely be first in queue, and they're just awesome. So the support at QuickSchools is just crazy. So that's the gradebook expectation. So we'll go over summary of performance here in just a little bit, and but otherwise, thank you for tuning in.